All right, let's jump right into this explainer and totally demystify the incredible sensory journey of the world's most famous fizzy drink. You know the exact experience I'm talking about, right? That satisfying crack of the can, the sudden hiss of the carbonation, and of course, that first crisp sip. But what actually goes into making that happen behind the scenes? Well, today, we're tracing that path from a hyper-guarded secret origin story all the way to a marvel of modern, high-speed manufacturing.
Now, the scale of the operation we're looking at here is just mind-boggling. The factory process we're about to explore isn't just whipping up a few batches for a local market. No, this intricate system quenches the thirst of over 1.9 billion people every single day. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. Delivering perfect consistency to roughly a quarter of the global population daily, that requires an operational process that literally borders on absolute perfection.
So here is our roadmap for today. Number 1. The billion-dollar secret. 2. Mixing the magic base. 3. Bottling and canning precision. And 4. Packaging for the world.
Starting off with Section 1, the billion-dollar secret. Long before the high-tech machines take over on the factory floor, there's this incredibly secretive origin story that sets the foundation for everything we're looking at today. Way back in 1886, an Atlanta pharmacist named John Pemberton concocted a unique elixir that, believe it or not, was actually intended as a headache remedy. Just 2 years later, in 1888, entrepreneur Asa Candler saw its massive potential and bought the secret recipe for a mere $2,300. And that tiny transaction eventually evolved into American commerce's most strictly guarded trade secret, totally transforming a simple pharmacy elixir into a massive global phenomenon. Today, this prized formula is known as beverage concentrate, and the security around it is, well, it's legendary. To protect the mysterious blend of botanicals and vegetables that gives the drink its signature taste, the concentrate is locked inside a high-security vault at the World of Coca-Cola Museum down in Atlanta. And this isn't just for show. It's protected by a palm scanner, a numerical code pad, and a massive steel door. Get this, the exact formula is supposedly known by only 2 anonymous people within the entire company. While the label lists mostly transparent ingredients, it's those natural flavors that remain a tantalizing, closely held secret.
So, the crucial question we have to ask ourselves right now is, how does this deeply hidden mystery transition into a highly mechanized, completely transparent factory floor? How on earth do you take a recipe known to almost no one and mass-produce it perfectly billions of times over?
That brings us to Section 2, mixing the magic base. Leaving that legendary vault behind, the secret syrup arrives at the factory surprisingly simply. It just rolls up on a forklift in unassuming plastic jugs. But, that syrup is just the essence. To provide the perfect base for the beverage, it needs water, which makes up an overwhelming 90% of the final formula. At the plant, water is sourced from on-site wells and undergoes a rigorous nanofiltration process to ensure absolute purity. This meticulous treatment is absolutely vital. It's exactly what guarantees that every single bottle delivers the exact same crisp, refreshing taste, no matter where in the world you happen to drink it.
So, after the syrup is diluted with that pure water in the mixing unit, precise amounts of sweeteners are added. Here, the factory actually diverges the liquid's path depending on its final destination. If the batch is bound for classic Coca-Cola, high fructose corn syrup is introduced. If it's heading for the Diet Coke or Coke Zero line, aspartame is chosen instead. Then, this whole mixture is blended and pumped through an intricate system of pipes right into the batch tanks.
Next up, the mixture flows into an incredibly important piece of machinery known as the vodator. This is where the liquid meets its fizzy partner, carbon dioxide. The vodator does the absolutely crucial job of carbonating the mix, infusing it with CO2 to create that satisfying hiss you hear when you pop open a cold one. Without this exact step, you'd basically just have sweet, flat syrup water, and nobody wants that.
Moving right along to Section 3, bottling and canning precision.
In this phase, the containers themselves are really treated as the heroes of the process, undergoing rigorous tests and prep before a single drop of liquid even touches them. First, the fresh bottles get a super thorough rinse. They're flipped completely upside down and flushed with filtered water. Next, they are swiftly branded by a hot melt modular labeler, which ensures absolutely perfect logo alignment. Then comes the extreme precision filling, followed immediately by capping. The caps literally fly down a chute, propelled by compressed air, and are twisted on super tight to lock in all that carbonation we just added.
Now, pay attention to the temperature data here.
41 to 43 degrees isn't just some random number pulled out of thin air. It's a vital control metric for the entire filling process. The liquid flows into the bottles at exactly this temperature range. Why? Because it's specifically designed to ensure stability and entirely prevent the carbonated syrup from foaming over the top of the bottle during that high-speed fill. Essentially, precision temperature equals zero wasted product.
The process does vary just a bit depending on the container, too. While cans have dedicated workers overseeing a precision seamer to perfectly seal the lids, glass bottles get an aluminum crown that is securely crimped on. And actually, here's a really fascinating engineering detail. After being filled at that super cold 41-degree temperature, the glass bottles are run through a warmer to bring them up to room temperature. They do this specifically so the cold glass doesn't sweat condensation and ruin the cardboard packaging later down the line. Pretty clever, right? But before anything gets packed up, both bottles and cans must pass what is essentially a ruthless quality gauntlet. High-tech inspection machines equipped with high-speed cameras and sensors scrutinize every single container. They are looking for microscopic defects. We're talking cracks, improper seals, misaligned seams, or even accidental spills. If a container doesn't pass this split-second inspection, it's immediately ejected from the line. No exceptions.
Finally, we reach Section 4, Packaging for the World.
Now that the liquid is perfectly mixed, sealed, and meticulously inspected, we enter the home stretch. This final stage is an absolute masterclass in automated logistics, prepping these drinks for a safe, unbroken journey to your local store. Wrapping these containers is a delicate, high-speed art form. Bottles get custom-cut wraparound cardboard that unwinds directly from a massive reel, secured with pre-folded clips to hold them firmly in place. Cans, on the other hand, are precisely fitted into sturdy boxes. The machines ensure the boxes are the exact right size, kind of acting like a perfect puzzle to minimize any shifting or damage during transit.
Once they're boxed or wrapped in cardboard, automated systems apply a plastic film completely around the cases. This film is then heated, causing it to shrink wrap really tightly around the entire package. This locks everything firmly into a secure, stable, and tamper-proof block that is fully prepped and ready to handle heavy transport without breaking apart.
Taking over the heavy lifting at the very end, we meet machines affectionately called My Own Boss robots. These highly efficient robotic pallet organizers expertly sort, stack, and balance the cases onto pallets. They maximize literally every inch of space while ensuring perfect balance and stability. Once the pallets are perfectly arranged by these robots, they're loaded onto distribution trucks and finally sent out to the world.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a little thought to ponder the next time you crack open a can and hear that crisp hiss. What is the actual secret ingredient making this global icon possible? Is it the mysterious recipe locked away behind a palm scanner down in Atlanta? Or is it the breathtaking, ruthless mechanical precision that flawlessly filters, mixes, carbonates, bottles, and packages that liquid for 1.9 billion people every single day? It really is a fascinating blend of myth and machinery. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and keep asking questions about the incredible world around.